Hi there, my name is Mary Noemi Chilama. I am a student of the Universidad Técnica Particular de Loja. I am happy to share with you about one of my greatest experience when doing my internships in the way of training as a teacher. Lesson plan number 3. The topic for this class is first and second conditional. This lesson plan was designed for students first grade baccalaureate. Duration of class 45 minutes. Proficiency level A2.2 elementary. The main objective for this class is to induce the students to recognize first and second conditional. We take consideration for different skills. The student at the end of class will be able to distinguish between first and second conditional. Students will be able to listen to understand if somebody is talking about possible and imaginary situations. Speaking, students will be able to express and talk about real and imaginary situation in the correspondent moment. Uh, Reading. Students will be able to compare the first conditional and second conditional structures. Writing. Students will be able to write both types on conditional using the right verb tense in each part of the sentence. Methodology and strategies. Methods. Direct method and inductive method. Strategies, visual presentations, group work, and solo work. Direct method language is directly establishing an immediate and audiovisual associations between experience and expressions, idioms and meanings without any help of the learner's mother tongue. Inductive method. In the inductive approach, the teacher presents samples of language and the students have to come an intuitive understanding for the rule. Anticipatory set. The teacher begins the class explaining the student the topic, being clear that is grammar topic, conditional. The use of the conditional means that one action depends on real and on another. Conditional are used to talk about real and real situations. Main teaching input, warm-up activity. The teacher introduced the topic writing the word if on the board, and explaining the meaning of it, and the teacher read two different sentences. One is an example, a first conditional, and the others belongs to the second conditional. Examples, first conditional. If the weather is nice, I'll go to the park. Second conditional. If I were you, I would go to the doctors. Modeling. Through the slideshow, the teacher explains when to use first and second conditional. Structure and example are given. The explanation is focused first on the form, making clear the difference in use of tense in both options, and then in focus in the meaning and when to use both options. First conditional. We use the first conditional to talk about possibilities in the present or in the future. Use future plans and invitations, offers and promise, negotiations, polite requests, and more. Examples: if you study, I will pass the exam. Second conditional. We use the second conditional to talk about impossible situations, hypothetical situations. Second conditional used to imagine present or future situations that are impossible or unlikely and reality. Examples: I we had more money, we could stay in a nice hotel. Structure. If class. If plus subject plus present simple. Main clause subject plus will plus infinitive. Example: if you study, you will pass the exam. Um, guided practice. The guided practice. The teacher will guide the student to perform the exercise after the topic explanation, review of the structure, and examples. Examples with the first conditional. The students match the if clause with the result clause. First conditional. You will pass the exam if you study hard. If I find your mail, I will send you the picture. Second conditional. Match the if clause with the result clause. If I spoke Chinese, I could ask Jung for advice. If I were you, I would buy a new phone. Independent practice. With the last exercise, when the students will need to complete sentence using the corresponding structure either from first and second conditional. For example, if I were taller, I could be a good basketball player. Um, a clause is given and students complete with the correct form and own ideas, and also they need to write F for first conditional and S for second conditional. Assessment. The assessment process will be done through both the activities, group and solo work. And both the students will use the learned grammar to express real and unreal situations. Closing review and follow-up, the teacher invites the student to think about possible and hypothetical situations that they can express through conditional sentence. Thanks, teacher, for your attention.